All right, so are you ready to dive into some playoff baseball?
Oh, yeah. Always ready for some playoff action.
We've got a whole lot of scores to get through today.
It's from the Roy Hobbs World Series.
Yep, down in Fort Myers, Florida.
Sunshine and baseball. What could be better?
I know, right? And if you're ever down there for the tournament, you got to stop by PDC. It's like the tournament headquarters,
For sure.
You can grab a burger or a hot dog.
Oh, from Johnny, right.
Yeah, they say he makes the best ones.
And don't forget the team shop. Always got to grab some souvenirs.
Absolutely. All right, well, November 2nd was a wild day of playoff games.
It was. Some real nail-biters.
Like that game between the Nova Scotia Privateers and the Flint Tigers.
Oh, man, that one was close.
18-17.
Can you believe that?
Talk about an offensive showdown.
It really shows you how much every run matters in the playoff.
Yeah, for the Privateers, Steve Sandman went 5 for 7.
That's a great day at the plate.
He had an RBI too, but Alex Sabean, he was the real star.
Oh, yeah, he was on fire.
2 home runs, and 5 RBIs.
Wow, that's a game to remember.
For sure. Now, Team Michigan also had a big day.
They did. 2 wins.
They crushed the Mid-Penn Phillies 11-2.
Yeah, that was a statement win.
Mike Dawson was unbelievable in that game. He went 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
With 2 home runs and 5 RBIs.
Yeah.
Talk about clutch hitting.
What a performance.
And then they had another game against the Vuck Group's Blue Jays.
And that one was a lot closer?
5-4, they barely pulled it off.
But a win's a win, right? Especially in the playoffs.
Exactly. And you know who got the game-winning hit?
Who?
Phil Ben Ezra with a 3-run homer. Talk about clutch.
Unbelievable. He came up big when they needed him most.
All right, I get this. The Dundalk Nationals absolutely blew out the South Bend Cardinals.
They did. What was the score?
20-7.
Whoa. Talk about an offensive explosion.
I know, right? Derek Wells had himself a day.
What did he do?
4 for 5 at the plate, 2 home runs, and 6 RBIs.
6 RBIs. Wow. He basically won the game single-handedly.
Pretty much. But it's funny. They ended up losing to Atlanta baseball later that day.
Really? What happened?
Atlanta's pitching was just on point. Those guys were dealing.
Yeah, I heard they had some amazing performances on the mound.
Chris Evers, for example, he pitched a complete game shutout against the Nova Scotia Privateers.
A shutout? That's impressive.
Only gave up 5 hits and 1 walk.
Wow, he was locked in.
And then Scott Steinitz, also from Atlanta, pitched a complete game against the Dundalk Nationals.
Back-to-back complete games. That's incredible.
I know, right? He gave up 4 hits and had 3 strikeouts.
Those Atlanta pitchers were lights out.
They were.
Yeah.
All right, one more game before we move on.
Okay, who played?
The Dallas Redbirds took on the NY Astros. The Redbirds won 7-1.
Nice. Sounds like they had a good day at the plate.
They did. Troy Koenig went 3 for 3.
Perfect day at the plate. Gotta love that.
Yeah, and Lance Davis pitched a gem, 7 strikeouts, and only 1 run allowed.
Those Redbirds, they're looking pretty strong.
Yeah, they are. So November 2nd, what a day for the Roy Hobbs World Series playoffs.
Absolutely. So many great games, so many standout performances.
Makes you wonder what the rest of the tournament's going to be like.
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more from the Roy Hobbs World Series.
Sounds good. It's amazing to see how these teams adjust, as the playoffs go on.
It's like they're learning from every single game.
Exactly. Figuring out their opponents, trying to find their weaknesses.
It's almost like a chess match, but with baseball.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Speaking of strategy, remember what we were talking about earlier?
About?
If you're ever in Fort Myers for the Roy Hobbs World Series,
oh, yeah.
you got to go to PDC.
Absolutely, it's the place to be.
Seriously, they've got those amazing burgers and hot dogs from Johnny.
Oh, man, those are good.
And then you can hit up the team shop, grab some souvenirs.
Gotta represent your favorite team.
For sure. But getting back to the games, it's just incredible to see the determination of these players.
They're leaving it all out on the field.
They're not pros, but their passion is just contagious.
It really is. You can tell how much they love the game.
And that's what makes this tournament so special, right?
Exactly. It's pure baseball.
So, based on what we've seen so far, any early predictions for the rest of the tournament?
It's tough to say. It's still early.
Yeah, but any teams that have really caught your eye?
Oh, Atlanta baseball, their pitching has been lights out.
Yeah, those complete games were insane.
If they can keep that up, they'll be tough to beat.
And then there's Team Michigan. 2 wins in 1 day. That's impressive.
Yeah, and their offense is potent.
Mike Dawson, Phil Ben Ezra, those guys can rake.
They're definitely a force to be reckoned with.
But let's not count out the Nova Scotia Privateers.
Oh, yeah, that 18-17 game.
They can put up runs.
If their pitching can tighten up, they can make a run.
This tournament is shaping up to be really exciting.
It is full of surprises.
Already seen some upsets. Who knows what else is going to happen?
It's going to be fun to watch.
I'm definitely on the edge of my seat. So much talent, so much passion.
This is what baseball is all about.
So we've seen some pretty incredible baseball
Oh, yeah.
in these Roy Hobbs World Series playoffs.
It's been a wild ride for sure.
But it's not over yet.
Not even close.
There's still a lot of baseball to be played.
A lot can happen, in these playoffs.
And it just, it's really amazing to see.
Yeah.
It's all about the love of the game, These guys are out there.
Absolutely.
Every swing, every catch, every pitch.
They're giving it their all.
You can see the passion.
You really can.
What's been your favorite moment so far from these playoff games?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
There have been so many.
So many good ones. But I think for me, it has to be
Yeah.
Phil Ben Ezra's 3-run homer
Oh, yeah.
for Team Michigan.
That was amazing.
Talk about clutch hitting, right?
Bases loaded, down by a run.
Bottom of the ninth.
It was like something out of a movie.
It really was. I mean, you couldn't script it any better.
And it shows you, any team can win on any given day.
Absolutely.
You can't underestimate anyone in these playoffs.
No, that's for sure.
But, we can't forget about Atlanta's pitching.
Oh, man.
They've been dominant. 2
complete games back to back.
Just incredible.
That's the kind of pitching that wins championships.
Yeah, they're definitely looking like the team to beat.
They are.
But, this is baseball. Anything can happen.
You never know.
So, I got to ask.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to take it all?
Oh, man. That's a tough one.
There's so much talent out there.
So many good teams.
Atlanta's pitching is amazing, but can their offense keep up?
Yeah, that's the question.
And then Team Michigan, they can hit.
Oh, yeah, they can rake.
But will their pitching hold up?
Yeah, that's going to be key for them.
And then there are those dark horses.
The underdog.
Like the Nova Scotia Privateers.
Yeah.
They could surprise everyone.
They definitely have the potential.
So it really is anyone's game at this point.
It is, and that's what makes it so exciting.
It does. So we've had a blast breaking down all this playoff action with you.
Oh, yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And we can't wait to see what happens next.
Me neither.
But for now, we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for?
Let us know.
And keep following along with the Roy Hobbs World Series
It's going to be an amazing finish.
to see who's going to be crowned champion.
Can't wait.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Roy Hobbs World Series playoffs.
It's been a pleasure.
And we'll see you next time.
See you,